Welcome back to your soon-to-be favorite podcast. I'm Angelica.
And I'm Kelsey.
And this is
Here We Grow.
Actually, that sounded pretty good.
Like we were playing horse and I was like, oh, you made it. And you're like, don't sound so surprised.
I was like, oh my God. Yeah, of course. Of course I made it.
We both sucked at horse. I mean, I guess you won. But
I'll say one more than the other because I won.
I was in the lead for a while.
You were. What happened?
I started telling you about Celine Dion.
You got
I was
distracted.
not paying attention to what I was doing.
We
All the
played
air balls.
We played horse instead of karaoke this time.
Mm-hmm. It was
Basketball.
Good, though. It was good. Well, we were like, man, it's so nice outside. Like, we should really stay out here. Let's play basketball.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have a knockout tournament hopefully soon.
Yep. $5.
Yeah. Yep. $5.
$5.
Pay me $5 to play knockout.
It's like my brain has these farts, and then I just decide to close my mouth until it can get it together.
Like you're pausing.
Yeah, instead of being like, I just like $5 buy-in, winner wins all.
Mm-hmm.
How fun would that be?
So fun.
Oh,
I haven't
I'm
played
excited.
knockout in forever.
I'll never forget. I was like 11 years old, and I knocked out Brent's wife, and she was a basketball coach.
Yeah.
I've never felt more proud of myself.
The power you felt in that moment.
Dude, and
Young
I felt,
Tamika Catchings.
and she was so pissed, and I was like, I was a 12-year-old. Like,
Yeah.
of course she wasn't pissed.
No, she wasn't, but you thought she was.
I thought she was going to kill me.
Oh my God. Wow, the things we think when we're kids about adults.
And she probably doesn't think about that ever.
No, if you told her, she wouldn't remember. Oh, that's what happens when you get old. Your memory kind of
starts to go.
Yeah. Anybody else back hurting?
Dude, I should not feel this way at 28. What the fuck?
Yeah. Neck hurting, back hurting, shoulders hurting.
Hurting. Everything hurts. I wake up and have to stretch.
Yeah.
Oh
I have to stretch multiple times a day.
That part.
Which is fine. I like stretching, but not when the result isn't that it's better. You know what I mean? It only relieves it for a few minutes.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, I'm going to need a massage. I have to get on that pretty soon. Anywho, we also made chili.
Yep. Delish.
And it was so good. We're probably going to have some more after this. And today we've got an extra special episode because it's 60 episodes of the podcast.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, yeah. Speaking of Speaking of episodes, I hope you guys enjoyed the bonus episode we released. If you don't know what happened with that episode,
you can tell them.
Well, we thought that the SD card, so this was supposed to be episode 58. So the episode that came out is actually 58. That one was the one we recorded after that. So we had skipped a week, the week that 58 was supposed to come out. And we thought that the memory card in the interface, which is what holds our audio recording, sabotaged us because we had trouble with it before. I don't remember what was the trouble we were having with it before.
I told you it was full, but it wasn't full.
Oh yeah, like we could only record for like 30 minutes or something like that. But when I would go home and pull it up in the computer, there's no files on it. So it's like, what is filling this up?
Yeah.
So I thought I figured it out. We came to record, and then when I went to go edit that episode, we only had the second audio recording, which is only like 15 minutes long, maybe. So, or maybe 20 minutes long. But anyway, so I thought the memory card sabotaged us, and then I go back to edit it because I'm like, we're just going to use the camera audio because it was too good of an episode to lose. I know you guys probably listened to it cracking yourself up. Cracking yourself out.
What?
No, I don't know. Cracking yourself up. What was I saying?
But what actually happened when you were editing?
Oh, yes, I was watching the editing back, and I tell Angelica on the video recording to hit record on the audio recorder, and she's never done that before. I always do it. So she clicks the button, And then she goes, did I get it? And instead of answering her or checking to make sure she got it, I ask her a question, and then we talk about the answer to that question, and we never come back to it.
So it's not my fault,
So
guys.
we actually didn't hit record.
And when it wasn't the SD's fault either. I think we can all conclude here that it was Kelsey's fault. I'm kidding.
I think we can just say that it was the SD card's fault.
Human error. It happens. It's okay.
And you know what? We still had the video recording, so hopefully you enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And we've got quite the episode for you today. So what did we say we were going to call this episode?
A love letter to ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I like that.
Was that it?
What's the quote of the week? Quote of the week.
Well, also on our way here, we're talking about Drew Afualo.
Mm-hmm.
And Kelsey was telling me about how she got her book.
Well, yeah, so I'm listening to the audiobook. I started it today.
And I said, regurgitate it to me like a baby bird. And I was telling Kelsey how sometimes my mouth just says words before I have a chance to think on it. So after I said that to her, well, this was voice to text in my car while I was driving, and I was like, what the fuck?
It was really funny, though. It's like one of the funniest things, like top 5 things you've ever said. Because you do want me to regurgitate it back to you.
I do, honestly. Please.
That's funny. And I do be regurgitating things.
And she do be.
Information, not, things.
Oh my God, that reminds me. So I was on TikTok and I came across this video of a girl saying like, did y'all see that video of the girl who found a nail in her boyfriend's car and accused him of cheating on her? Mm-hmm. Did you see that?
So I didn't
Wait.
Okay.
Hang on. My point being, she said, okay, well, it's a 5-part series and I watched them all and they're really long just so you don't have to. Yes. So let me summarize them for you.
The summary.
Well, guess what I did?
What?
I went and watched the full videos anyway. I was so intrigued.
Yeah. But do you know that people think it's a hoax? Like
yeah, it's totally a hoax.
Because the same thing happened when she found like a hair clip in her husband's car like months ago. Same video series.
That is so fucking annoying. Yeah. And let me tell you why, okay? That is so problematic. Because the way that he responds to her when she's accusing him, especially like after she followed him and found out that he was at someone else's house and then comes back to confront him, the way he speaks to her, I mean, literally I'm believing it. Like everything about that, I'm like, oh my God, my ex-partner did the same thing. Mm-hmm. Exactly everything coming out of this man's mouth, every action, every tone of voice. Mm-hmm. Wow. It was so triggering. Yeah. And for it to just be fake, like... Yeah. I understand. Don't get me wrong. I know a lot of things on social media are fake. I get that. But she could have, said, hey, this is a skit. Let me show you what it looks like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To have everyone on the edge of their seats, oh my God, girl, part 3. Oh my God, girl, part 5. Mm-hmm.
Well, not only that, but, this is, a toxic... dynamic that you're putting out there for other people to see, to be a part of their algorithm, to be a part of their view on the world, and it's not even real.
Yeah.
Yes, real relationships are like this. There are relationships that are like this, but for it to be a fake part of the algorithm is mind-blowing.
Well, that, and also as I'm watching this, I'm like, oh my God, I feel so seen. I feel so heard. Mm-hmm. This is exactly how I felt. There's one video where she's crying and she's it sounds like she's very heartbroken. And I'm like, oh my God, girl, I've been there. I can't even imagine the pain she must feel right now. Mm-hmm. And then for it to be fake, it's okay, fuck you. I hope you feel some kind of pain one day. Nope, I'm not going to say that, but you know what I mean?
It's almost I forgot we're recording a podcast.
It's almost
I hope that one day you kind of know what this pain is like if you feel like you can fake it on the internet.
Yes. I think that's exactly it.
You don't know what you're faking because you've never because if you did, you wouldn't do this. Mm-mm. You would not fake it on the internet for whatever, money, follows.
Yeah. For what?
Find a better niche.
You don't have a quote of the week?
No, you said you had one. I think it was a Drew quote.
Oh.
Remember?
I don't know her exact quote.
Okay, well, you have to use it.
Can I just paraphrase it?
Sure. Let the people know you're paraphrasing.
Okay, so this is from an interview that Drew did with Dwight from The Office.
Rainn Wilson.
On what's it called?
Soul Boom.
Is it Soul Boom?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, Soul Boom.
Yeah.
It came out July 30th, and it says, "Can feminine rage save the world?" So essentially, I'm not done with the episode, but this really spoke to me. So I was telling Kelsey about it. This is me paraphrasing. I said, when she was asked, she said when asked, "Do you think you're being mean and spray? Do you think you're being mean and spreading in the meanness? Like spreading the meanness. Like two wrongs don't make a right, essentially."
Yeah, spreading the meanness around to other people.
Yeah. And she said, "Well, yeah, I'm being mean. Of course I'm being mean. I think people feel entitled to my graciousness and my patience because I'm a woman. And because I'm a woman, you think I'm going to be nice. But if I were a man, then fair is fair, right?"
Mm-hmm.
Like, we have this, as a society, we have this expectation of women to be soft.
Mm-hmm.
And when we're being mean, we get called out.
Mm-hmm.
But if that was a guy, then it's like, well, I mean, yeah, like...
Well, and the point is that if we're being mean as a result of a man being mean to us, why would you expect us to be anything but mean?
Exactly. Or like, how do you call me out for my reaction to their actions, but don't
Right.
say anything about the first guy initially being mean to me?
Right.
So yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I like that. And I never thought about that. Like, there's so many things that women do that if a man does, it's seen differently.
Well, it's
and it's
almost
just like our emotions.
It's almost like if a man broke into your house and you shot him, and then they were like, "Why'd you shoot that guy? That was uncalled for." But it's like, he broke into my house. Like, what, you gonna say anything about him breaking into my house? Like, I'm defending myself.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing. Like, I'm going to defend myself, no matter if that means I have to be mean or not.
Yeah. And, I mean, we're going to have a topic about this or an episode about this, but when we say men are shit, we know it's not all men.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a good man, why would you feel offended?
If you're a good man, you already know that it's not all
Period.
men.
Period.
We can,
That's
if you're a good man, then when we say all men suck, you know that it's actually not all men. And you know that you're not a part of that equation.
Or just... in general terms, men suck, or guys suck, or boys suck.
Yeah. And another part of that episode was, when they say, "Fuck all men," or whatever.
She never corrects them because, if that's what you feel, then that's how you feel, and that's valid. Like,
well, and like for men that get upset at that, you should not be upset at me for saying I hate men. You should be upset at whoever caused me to hate men. Because there's something wrong, obviously. There's something wrong to make me feel like I need to group a whole population, not me specifically, the royal me, into, that feeling. So, I don't know. We'll talk about it one day.
Well, I actually had conversations like this, and we'll talk about it again in another episode, but like with my brothers, like literally this past weekend. Well, one this past weekend and then another with my brother Alex earlier on, because he was saying, I was speaking to my mom about how like, this generation and men and they're terrible and blah, blah this and blah, blah that. And then here comes my brother like, well, what about females? Like they just want the guy to pay for the dates and they're just using them for money and blah, blah, blah this and blah, blah, blah that. And I'm like, Alex, I'm so sorry that you feel that way. I'm so sorry that whatever... social media you're intaking or whoever friends you're surrounding yourself with that are telling you that that's all women. And I'm really sorry that you that's how you see dating. Mm-hmm. But I truly hope that you find a girl out there that you're not bitter enough to give up to find a girl out there who is exactly how you want her to be.
Right. Because this whole like, well, is men bad? Is good? Is women bad? Is men good? Is women good? This whole debate is honestly obsolete because it's all about you looking for the standard that you want in a woman, and don't shame the women that don't meet those expectations. Right. You just find a different one.
Keep them pushing.
Literally. And the same way, vice versa. It needs to be more normalized that women go after men that meet their standards, and if they don't meet the standards, keep it pushing.
Right.
There's no like, oh, I'm going to shame these men for being blah, 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 blah. If he shows you who he is, move along. If she shows you who she is, move along.
Yeah, exactly.
And then eventually those people will find the people that are right for them, and you'll find the person that's right for you.
Yeah. And then I was talking to my brother Jerry this past weekend. I didn't want to talk too much about the bear and the man situation in the forest, but I kind of brought it up to him a little bit. And he's more open-minded. He's more of like, okay, what do you mean by that? Like, okay, or why is that? Versus Alex is just like, he's so hard-headed sometimes.
Yeah.
But Jerry was like, oh, like, what do you mean by that? Like, why would the girl pick the guy and not the bear?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well,
did you say it backwards? You said, why would the girl pick the guy and not the bear?
Oh.
You mean, why would the girl... He asked, why would the girl pick the bear and not the guy?
Yes,
Okay.
sorry. That's what I meant. I was so confused. I'm like, what are you talking about? Yes, why would the girl pick the bear and not the guy?
Mm-hmm.
And I was saying, okay, statistically speaking, there are like, if you look at statistics for who commits the most violent crimes, you're going to have more men than females.
Right.
And he goes, huh, I guess I never thought about that way. And I was like, yeah, just like do your research and look it up. And then he just stood there and he was like, I think that's true because I can name all of these serial killers who are men, but I can't think of one woman serial killer or even just a killer. Like I can't like not one comes to mind.
Yeah. I mean, there are probably women serial killers.
Oh,
but
of course.
They're not as prevalent. So.
Well, and it's just not common.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, you're right. I understand when, and I was like, as a general society, men are dangerous. Now, I'm not talking about you being per se dangerous. And when I say guys suck, I don't mean the general population. I know that because, and I know not all men because I'm surrounded by good men, my brothers, my dad. I almost said something else. My uncles, my grandpa, like I know there's good men out there. And when I do say that, they agree. They're like, yeah, they do.
Yeah. You should have asked Jerry, if his wife was in a forest on her own, if he would rather her be stuck in a forest with a bear or a man.
Well, the thing that they're not understanding with this question is like, this is a random man.
Yeah.
We don't know this guy.
Yeah. We don't know their intentions.
We don't know anything about him. We don't know if he can survive in the woods. We don't know anything about him. Nothing about him.
But the main thing is the intention because you know a bear's intentions. If you're in their peripheral and you're either food or threat, then it's going to come after you. That's its intentions. But a man can be much more manipulative than that. They can pretend that their intentions are well. The bear can't pretend that their intentions are well. The bear can't come up and rub on you and act like it's a dog and be all nice and then turn around and kill you. A man can. So are you more likely to be able to notice a bear from far away and be able to get away from that bear and stay away from that bear and actually like outsmart the bear? Or are you more likely to be able to see a man, not let him see you, get away from him, stay away from him without him chasing you through the, whatever his intentions are? Like which one is more likely? And it is
which is more
likely,
predictable.
Yeah. And more predictable. It's more likely that you would survive being in a forest with a bear than you would in the forest with a strange man. In my opinion. Damn, I didn't know we were going to go into the whole bear debate.
Okay. Anyways, to our I don't know if that made any sense, and I hope that when we're listening back, it makes sense.
We're like, yeah.
The people that get it. Okay, yeah. That's all I'm going to say is the people that get it, and we know our audience. We know.
Right. Honestly, if you don't get it, I'm not sure that this is the right place for you.
Yeah.
So, feel free to move along. We won't be hurt. Angelica's like, I will.
No.
Okay. Quote of the week, and then we're going to tell you what we're doing today.
That was the quote of the week.
Oh, it was the quote of the week. What are you holding?
Oh, a screenshot I want to share later.
Oh, okay.
What are you holding?
I thought it was another quote. Okay, so today, since it's the 60th episode, we are going... Oh, this is the wrong thing. We are going to do 10 each. So 60 pieces. This whole thing is going to be 60 pieces. 10 each advice to the past self. 10 each present reminders for the present. And 10 each future manifestations. Is that a good way to word it?
Yep.
Okay. So do we want to go back and forth?
Yeah.
Okay. You go first.
Okay. So again...
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was going to say, like, really soak these in. Like, these are things that we feel about ourselves, and they could apply to you as well. So, like, really soak these in and understand them.
So we have not gone over these with each other,
No.
FYI.
Yeah, so, like, one of us could be, like, totally silly, and the other one totally serious, and we don't even know.
Yeah. So, past advice. My first one is don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Ooh, good one.
So, as a kid, I was terrified of following in with the wrong crowd, getting bad grades, like literally doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
And so I had so much pressure on myself to be perfect.
Yeah. I think even into adulthood, you still had that mentality, like it followed you. It'll be interesting to see if you have any like similar or the same ones. Okay, my first one is not very many things that matter now will matter. Not very many things that matter now will matter when you're an adult, so just have fun.
Oh, yes.
I think as kids, we think, the slightest things like the end of the world and like we're never going to recover. But like as you go through life, you realize like it ebbs and flows. And nothing that happens when you're a kid really matters. I mean, other than like abuse and stuff, obviously that would matter to who you are as an adult. But like, losing friendships when you're a kid and, crushes and grades, like, it's neither here nor there. Go ahead.
My next one is bend the rules. So it kind of has to go with don't be afraid of making mistakes. Like bend the rules a little bit. Like have some fun. Yeah. Like I remember I started having fun once I got to Broderpool and we were staying late.
Yeah.
And that was like it. Like, but anytime before that, like I couldn't. Like,
were you with us when we went to the woods the day of the pep rally?
Like I would be that kid in class. It's like the bell's about to ring, and I'm like, "Are you gonna collect the homework?" And it's
hey, you forgot we have a test today.
Hey! Remember you said that? And then everyone be like, "God damn it, Angelica!" I'm like, "I'm sorry." Like that's just that's what's supposed to happen. Yeah, I can't not.
This is the protocol.
This is it. Like I'm sorry.
Yep. All right, my next one is if you are not sure about your major, wait and find your interests first.
Oh, that's it. Oh, that's a good one.
Like, oh that's my gosh. I cannot express this enough, and I know we've talked about it on the podcast. Teenagers especially, but I would say even starting in middle school, we need to really pour into children and not focus so much on grades, but focus more on who they are as people and helping them figure out who they are as people so that they are more sure of themselves, more confident of themselves, and more sure of what they want out of life by the time they get to the point that it's supposed to be in college.
Yep. Damn, agreed.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel that one.
I felt it in my soul.
Amen.
Amen. Sister. Your mom is learning too. Be empathetic.
I said sister under my breath.
I heard it.
Go ahead.
Your mom is learning too. Be empathetic.
Oh, your mom is learning too. So be empathetic. I thought you said she's learning to be empathetic.
No, like she's also learning as she's going.
Yeah.
Raising 4 kids, becoming a mom, balancing her life, balancing her and my dad's relationship. Like, I never thought about those things. When you're a teenager, the world revolves around you.
Well, and you think adults have it all figured out.
Yeah,
because they act like they do.
Exactly. And so I never thought once to consider what my mom could possibly be going through.
Yeah.
And her and I were constantly butting heads and getting into arguments all the time. And I wish I could just go back and be like, girl, shut the fuck up. And stop.
Let this one go.
Yeah. Stop arguing with her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, mama.
Next one. Society standards are not real and they do not matter in the grand scheme of things.
Ooh, my next one's almost like that.
Nothing about society standards matter in the grand scheme of things. We're all going to die one day. We're all going to, look back on our life and think about the people that loved us and that we loved, and that's it.
Ooh, hang on. I got to change mine. How do I word this? Okay, I'll just write it down, but I know what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
A keyword. Okay. This is to lack a live.
There you go, stopping in the middle of your sentence again.
This is to quote Olivia Rodrigo, one of her songs.
What were you trying to say?
Listen.
This is to lack a lick or something.
This is to quote Olivia Rodrigo's song. Their beauty is not my lack.
Oh,
That's
okay.
where the lack comes
Okay.
So, and this is something that I struggle with today. but struggled even more as a kid. Like, I would look at these girls that I went to school with my age, and they're so goddamn beautiful. Like, their hair is perfect, their makeup is perfect, their outfits are perfect, and I'm just like, wow, I am an ugly duckling compared to them. Like, I have nothing going for myself.
So it's almost like the mindset of like, because she's perfect, I can't possibly be perfect. Yes.
And even now, today, you've helped me understand that too, where, like, for example, like, if I have a boyfriend and my boyfriend has a crush on, let's say, Shakira, I look nothing like Shakira. So, of course, he doesn't like me. But no, it's like, you can like
multiple different kinds.
Yeah, you can have multiple types.
Right.
You can like different qualities about different people, and that's okay.
The spider on the... God, if you're just listening audio, you have no idea what just happened. Yeah.
Okay.
But, like, not, like... It's almost like give men more credit than that. Like,
I'm just kidding.
Give men more credit than that. Like, they're not going to just like Shakira's type and that's it.
Yeah,
like, that would be such a small pool of people.
Do you have one type of guy you like? No, me either.
Right.
I like them all.
Right. And then I was saying, like, you know,
my butt itches.
For your so-called boyfriend, like...
Imaginary.
He likes you. Like, he already shows that he likes you. So obviously he's interested in you, or else he wouldn't be with you. Like,
I am his type.
Men's first thought is sex. So if he would be willing to have sex with you, then he doesn't think you're real. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but let's give men a little less credit, because they'd be willing. It's not that they're willing to have
their dick in anywhere.
So come on, let's back it up a little bit.
Sorry, guys.
Just
y'all know it's true.
Little bit.
Y'all know it's true. I bet everybody has a story of putting their thing in something they shouldn't have.
All right, go ahead, Kelsey.
Y'all know. I know y'all know. All right, all the men are like blushing in their cars listening to this.
No.
No, that's not true. No. All right, this is kind of similar to one of yours. Failure is not that serious. I'm not even sure it exists.
Oh.
So, I mean, growth versus fixed mindset. Like, failure is just a stepping stone into something else. Like,
ooh, a stepping stone.
Yeah.
If at first you don't succeed, try again.
Yeah. Y'all know. Failure does not exist. And if it does, it's a stepping stone. Not an end-all be-all.
Yeah. Let go of grudges and become indifferent. I would say I fucking love burning bridges. Like, I fucking love it. I have a friend that's mad at me. Fuck you. Like, fuck all the way off. I don't give a damn how you feel about me. Like, I want you to hate me, if anything. Like, I would be so weird about that. Like, I used to love someone giving me a good reason to piss me off, and then, okay, yeah, we're done. Like, don't talk to me.
Yeah.
And I kind of still say that today. Like, oh, everyone's cool with me until you piss me off. Now I'm just like, I'm indifferent. But when I was a kid, I was like, oh, yeah, you want to play that fucking game? Like, oh, yeah, fuck you then. And never speak to me, and see if you'll ever be in my good graces again.
The benefit of being indifferent is not holding space for hatred within yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's not worth it.
I was a very angry child.
Then you're a detriment to yourself.
Yup.
Yeah. Yep. That was a good one.
That was a good one.
How people treat you is directly correlated to how they feel about themselves.
Amen, sister.
Can't just not put that one in there.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. It's always, I mean,
don't take it personal.
Literally anything that happens in my life or anybody else's, I think about that quote every single time. Really takes the heat off of it. Like, really takes the power away from it.
Mm-hmm. Join a sport sooner. I don't know. You just learn a lot from being in a sport. Like, I mean, you're learning how to become part of a team, something bigger than yourself. I mean, you're
moving your body.
Yeah, you're moving your body, becoming healthier. It's cool. You meet new friends.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's funny because my next one is being healthy is about moving your body in a way you enjoy and understanding you and your body's needs.
Snaps.
And nothing else.
Ooh. Find a healthier emotional reliever.
Oh. What would that be? Crying.
No.
I got her to cry last time I was here.
Okay, trigger warning for
crying?
self-harm.
Oh, for crying?
For self-harm.
Okay.
Okay. I used to do it. And I would tell myself to, hey, do something else.
Yeah. Find a different outlet.
Maybe don't mutilate yourself.
Yeah.
maybe like go outside and catch some rays and touch some grass.
Yeah. Do you feel like you knew it was wrong when you did it?
Yeah.
Like it was bad? But bad because you didn't want to get caught, or bad because you shouldn't be doing it?
Bad because I shouldn't be doing it, because then I would go to school and I'd have to wear long sleeves. And then, like, you know, like your friends, like you're grabbing each other.
Yeah.
I would have friends grab me or grab me. Grab me.
My thoughts and my feelings, my thoughts.
By my hand or arm. And I would flinch and they'd be like, oh, what's wrong? I'm like, oh, nothing. Like, blah, blah, blah. Or they would see it and then they would give you a lecture. And it's just like, I hear what you're saying, what you're telling me. And I don't care. Like, I'm sorry, but like, I'm going to keep doing this because that's what helps me. And I appreciate your concern, but like.
Yeah. You know what's crazy now that I'm thinking back on this? Like, I'm
not saying I'd regret it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying if I could go back.
You change the way you did
it.
I
would be like, okay, maybe not.
Looking back, like when we were in high school and you would know of someone who self-harmed, you would always just like kind of view them as like, oh, they're depressed. But never really past that. Never really like, what made her depressed? What is she going through? Just like her general condition is depressed, and that's all we know. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like as if there's something wrong with her, like as if there's something wrong with her as opposed to something happening to her. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't think mine was depressed though. At least I don't think people saw me that way. I don't know. Granted, I don't know how people saw me, but I will say that everyone has a different story as to why they chose that.
Yeah.
And I was telling Kelsey how like my thinking behind it was, only I can hurt myself. Mm-hmm. Or if I hurt myself first, then no one else could hurt me.
It's like a level of control.
Yeah, a level of control. And also, like physically, you know, after feeling a rush of pain and adrenaline, you become numb.
Yeah.
So for the rest of that day or that morning or whatever it was, like, I did not give a fuck about anything.
It was like an antidote for a while.
It was weird, but it worked for the time being.
Kind of how drug addiction works.
Didn't do that though.
My next one. If you only knew how amazing you will be, you would not compare yourself to others.
That's beautiful.
I know.
That's really good.
It's one of my favorite
ones. Say it again.
Say it again. If you only knew how amazing you will be, you would not compare yourself to others.
See, going back to like, just because they're great, it doesn't mean you're not great.
Right.
Like, we're all gonna find our way in this world.
Yeah. So, like, when we're teenagers or even when we're in middle school or whatever, we're, like, trained to think that there's, like, one way to be cool. There's one way to get friends. Mm-hmm. But as you become an adult, you realize that you just be who you are, and the people who are like you will be, like, your people will come to you, which is actually one of my other ones. But, it's not about being a standard. And again, for adults that need to hear this, it's not about being a standard. It's about being yourself, and the people who are supposed to be with you will be with you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Speak kinder to yourself.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I don't need to explain that.
My next one is a lyric, actually. You are what you love, not who loves you. I think that's really important for younger self because, again, like life is not about who thinks you're cool or who wants to be around you. It's who you pour into that makes you who you are.
Right.
And what you pour into that makes you who you are.
Yeah. I can't tell you how many friends, and this is sound like such a bitch, and I can't tell you how many friends I stopped being friends with because the cool kids who were willing to accept me told me I can't be friends with those people anymore. So I did. So I stopped being friends with them.
Yep.
Just to be accepted by people who pretty much didn't even like me, and I didn't like them either.
Right.
But because they were cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, sad.
Yeah, I never really liked the cool kids. They were just... I don't know. I guess that they seemed fake to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I couldn't be myself around them, and that they're not being themselves.
Yeah, I felt very conditional friendships from them.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of my childhood friendships
Yeah.
were very that.
Go ahead. Sorry, I got something in my eye.
You can do better than him.
Mm.
I remember thinking to myself, like, okay, well, this is such an honor that he chose me. And this is the best I can do. So don't fuck it up and accept all his shit.
Like if you lose him, then you're not going to find anything better.
Mm.
Interesting. Empower other girlies the way you would like to be empowered. I think, and I don't remember specifically me doing this or anything, but like as teenagers, we're pitted against each other.
We're so catty.
So like it's normalized to be girl versus girl.
And it revolves around boys.
Yep.
Like 9 times out of 10.
Any type of girl versus girl is all based in the patriarchy. But I think if we started empowering girls starting much younger, and building a community with girls much younger, and trusting our fellow girls much younger, then we'll be that much better off when we're adults.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
My last one's kind of like the one I had before. His behavior is not normal, and you deserve better than him.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, I mean, like back then, you didn't know what behavior was normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's not your fault.
Thank you.
My last one is, you have ADHD, but it is your superpower, so harness it.
They were going to say, and it is your fault, so.
And that one is your fault,
so deal with it.
Yeah. Do you want to take a break before we go to the next section?
Yeah.
I need to fill up my water. What?
I went.
Hot tool. Oh, that's getting annoying.
Anyway, current reminders.
Yes, I put present reminders.
Oh, yeah. Present reminders. Okay, I wrote this, and I thought it was so poetic. But then after reading, I'm like, does this make sense? Okay. Bear with me.
Okay.
Have you seen that post where it's like, when people say, bear with me, and they ain't got no bear with them?
Angelica says, bear with me in front of everything she says. If not, bear with me. Okay, hear me out.
Okay, wait.
Just wait, hear me out. I have not said a single thing. I've not tried to interrupt her. I've not even signaled that I may disagree with her. And she goes, okay, now wait, hear me out. Before everything.
Hang on. Okay.
There's another one too. I'll have to think of what it is.
I know. I think there's another one that I say even more often.
Yeah.
Okay. Time may not heal all, but in time, all can heal.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, like time itself is not going to heal what you're going through.
Right. But things will heal over time.
Yeah, it'll become easier to, I almost said bear with it. It'll become easier to manage. Like, what's that one phrase where it's like your grief does not diminish. You just learn how to, you grow around it. You learn how to deal with it.
Yeah, you grow bigger around your grief that remains the same.
Yes, I have grown bigger, actually. Go ahead.
Remember to connect, even though remembering is hard and the attention span is not great. That's me.
That's a good one.
That's me.
Continue to plant seeds in your mind garden.
Ooh, that's good. Love a good mind garden. The more you are unapologetically yourself, the more your people will gravitate towards you.
I love that.
Yep,
Amen.
Yep.
Visit grandparents/parents more often.
That's good.
Yeah.
You are not a burden. Distance yourself from people who make you feel like you are. Yep.
Spend more time with niece and nephew.
You put those in two separate ones.
Well, because
Cheater.
Well, I just think like when my niece and nephew, when I'm there with them, I am there with them, but because I don't know the best way to play with them, and they don't play well with others. Like Adriel's in his own zone.
Yeah.
Like he is doing his own thing, and I've noticed to just be there, like just be present, even if I'm just sitting down next to him. Like that's enough. Layla, like hold her more, get her familiar with me and comfortable with me, and again, just sitting there with them. Maybe change a diaper or two. Whatever.
They're not going to care when they're 20 if you change their diapers.
Good.
Good.
Because I don't want to. Because I don't want to.
Continue to say what you mean and mean what you say.
I love that.
I say that shit all the time.
Me too.
Like, it aggravates me so much when people are beating around the bush. When people are afraid
just
to
tell
ask.
me.
Or, like, people are afraid to ask questions. Like,
just do it.
If you have a question, fucking ask. Don't sit there and create a story in your head because you're just upsetting yourself.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Ooh, yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one. Period. Show up more for your mom friends. Because I thought I listen,
Hear me out.
I'm 28 years old, okay? Majority of my friends are moms now. And I feel like at the beginning, like even when they're pregnant, I'm like, okay, I need to remember to hang out with them and be there for them. And then they have their kid and I might cook them like one meal. I might visit them one time. But then I get in my head of like, okay, am I helping or hurting? Like by wanting to hang out with them, do they feel like they have to make time for me? Or like, I'm always like, hey, if you need me, like, please reach out to me. Like, unburden yourself to me. And they don't. So then my life moves forward and their life moves forward. Next thing you know, their kid's almost 2. And I'm like, what? Hold on a damn minute. Like, wait, I only did like one thing for them. And then I feel bad because I'm like, gosh, when I get pregnant and have a kid, their lives are going to move on and they're going to have kids older by then. And I'm not going to have anybody. And I'm like, shit, like, what do I do?
Are you asking me what you do?
Yeah, what do I do?
I don't think that you're doing anything wrong. I mean, it's a good goal to like be there more for your friends if you want to be. But I think this is just a natural part of friendships where you grow in different directions and you may see each other less because you're not on the same frequency, and that's okay.
Like, you don't feel any resentment towards any friend for being there less or not being there at all?
No. I really don't think about it. I really don't. Now, there's other people who I would hope to be there more, but none of them are my friends.
Okay, I think I just realized that's a deeper issue because what I do, and maybe this is bad that I do, maybe. No, this is bad that I do. I keep tally in my head of things that I do for people and things that other people do for me. And not necessarily like to be like, oh, well, I did this for you, so now you owe me this.
But just
to
make sure you're being a good person.
Yeah, to make sure that like, oh my God, I just feel so grateful because I feel so supportive, so loved by all my friends. And I feel like...
Indebted?
Yes, indebted. And I feel like I almost want them to stop being good friends with me because I'm like, I can't repay you right now. Like, I don't have the mental capacity, the time to do this. Like, I feel so indebted to people. That's a good term to say it.
I think people who are truly your friend and who truly know you well, know you enough to know your intentions. So, like, a good friend would know that, like, maybe you're not around very much, but you've been going through something on your own. So, I'm not going to hold you accountable for not being here when I'm not, like, you aren't indebted to me. Like, no one is indebted to you or me or whoever. Like, we're all our own person, kind of like that quote of the week that I did not too long ago, where, like, you're not, remember I've been saying recently, like, I'm not beholden to anybody. Like, I've been saying that in, like, random situations. Like, I'll do it. I'm not beholden to anybody. It'd just be like something random.
Sounds like you're not married.
Yeah.
I'm not beholden to anybody.
No, but like nobody's controlling me. I'm not indebted to anyone. You know what I mean? Like in that way. So like people who truly know who you are, know your intentions, and they know that you intend to be a good friend and that you are. So like they're not going to be like, well, she didn't do 2 things for me and I did 2 things for her or whatever. Those aren't true friends. Okay, mine says, don't forget to make sure Travis feels appreciated.
Oh, I have one similar to that.
Honestly, I need to be medicated for my ADHD. And I'm not trying to blame my ADHD, but I've noticed that a part of my ADHD is getting so caught up in the flow of things and in the routine of things and like what's coming next, what appointments are coming next, what, events are coming next, that I come home and I just quickly move through life and I'm not present. And honestly, Travis deserves so much appreciation for everything he does for Cash. He's Cash's primary caregiver. Like, he does so much. And you know what? He puts up with my crazy ass. So thanks,
I feel
babe.
for Travis, I really do.
You've said that to him.
I feel for Travis, I really do.
All over, like, being at the store not being able to pick out a cake.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, man, I feel bad for Travis. And I'm like, just trying to figure out what we want. There's so many options.
Cake options.
It was for the anniversary of the podcast, and it was still a bad decision.
It really was.
It tasted really good, though. It was a really good cake.
A really good.
It was one of the best chocolate cakes I've ever had.
Make effort to wake up earlier or on time. Go to bed at a decent time.
Yeah.
I've been very sluggish. I need to stop that.
I've been the same way recently, like trying not to scroll as much when I lay down in bed.
Oh, yeah.
When I notice it's late, just go ahead and put my phone down and get comfortable.
Oh, I don't even do that. I don't scroll. I play solitaire, and then I play 2048, and then I play Sudoku, and I have to play a round of each game before I go to bed. I'll literally be sleepy, like falling asleep, like, I gotta finish.
My next one is, it is okay to get dysregulated sometimes. It would be alarming if you didn't.
Ooh.
You're not meant to be in a perfect calm state all the time. It would be alarming if you were. You are meant to get dysregulated when things upset you, and it's all about how you handle it.
Yeah.
Not saying I'm perfect at handling it, because I'm not, but I'm working on it.
Yeah. Do yourself up more, rebuild your confidence. So kind of like we were talking about how I used to do my makeup all the time and hair, and now I just don't. But something my mom's always told me, like, if you feel crappy on the inside, try doing your hair or your makeup or picking out a nice outfit, because if you feel like you look good on the outside, you might feel better about yourself in the inside.
Agreed. It's like a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
Next one for me is, avoid people that don't feel right. There's no time to waste on them.
Oh, amen.
Trust your instincts.
Yeah.
When people are not right. Like I was saying earlier about, like, I never liked the cool kids at school. I didn't waste my time on them because they just didn't feel right to me. Like, they just didn't feel like true people. And I didn't want to surround myself with that.
Show others how much you appreciate them with gestures. I try to be good on that, but I could do better.
Like, acts of service.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
The next one is, be the reason someone finally opens up about what they've been going through.
Aww.
I think I do that a lot.
I was going to say, I think you already do that.
I just want to continue doing that.
Yeah. One conversation with Kelsey and you'll be crying. I guarantee you that.
Not because I made you cry, but because your past made you cry and I brought it up.
Literally all she asks is like, oh, how'd you grow up?
Yeah.
Boom, tears.
Yeah, literally.
Waterworks.
It's literally what happens.
It's not a bad thing. It's okay.
No, but I'm just like so intrigued about the way that people grow up, because it literally shapes who we are. It could be a direct correlation to everything about our current being. So
yeah,
I'm good at drawing those lines, and so if you want to have a conversation with me, be prepared.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, I'll back off if you don't want to talk about it, but that it does usually easily just kind of like flow into that. Like, I don't force it, but it happens.
Yeah. Save money. Like, find the balance, like still have some fun and enjoy your life, but save money, which I already do that. I'm already really good at that, but save as much as you can.
You are good at that. My next one is, remember to have faith that all good things happen exactly when they're supposed to. This is the podcast quote.
T-shirt.
Actually, hoodie. There's a hoodie on the merch shop. Go check it out.
Yeah.
We used to do that a lot in the beginning.
What?
When we were first doing the podcast and we would go to read something, we would
This is a little spicy.
like in between everything we would say.
Oh yeah, we would.
Oh God.
Okay. I'm gonna toot my own horn here, okay? A little bit. Okay.
Toot.
Focus more on being the happier ex, not just on being the hot one. And then to toot my own horn, it's like, well, you're both.
Yeah.
Be both.
You could be both.
Yeah. But I spent, like, in the beginning, at least, like, when we separated, and I was really good about going to the gym. I was really good about, like, you know, like, my eating habits, and I was buying new clothes, and I was feeling myself, and I'm like, oh, my God, I look so good. But I wasn't dealing with my emotions as well as I am now.
Right.
And so I need to focus more on being the happier ex. Because you always hear that, like, oh, a breakup will, you know, like launch you into being this hot new version of yourself and make them miss what they couldn't take care of or couldn't keep or whatever. It's like, yeah, I'm not worried about that.
Yeah.
You know, when you're happier about it, like when you're genuinely happier, not about it, when you're happier, that in itself is beautiful.
Right. And that in yourself, that in itself will fulfill you.
Yeah.
In yourself. That in yourself.
That in yourself, yes. Not in yourself. That's what it sounded like. Not knitting yourself as well. Go knit yourself. How that sounds so painful.
It does. My last, was that your last one?
Yeah.
Okay. My last present one is when it's hard to stay motivated.
Wow.
When it's hard to stay motivated for the podcast, remember that one day you'll look back and be even more proud of it.
That is cute.
To the future self.
That's cute.
Yeah. That's cute. That's real cute.
Travel as much as you can before having kids.
That part. I can attest to that.
I want to go see different countries before I have kids.
Yep.
Maybe Japan.
Watashi wa sta. All right, my first one. I hope you keep having deep conversations with people in your life. Mine say like, I hope you.
I hope, yeah. I tried not to do hope, but I'm like, that's basically what we're doing.
Yeah.
Host more family gatherings.
Ooh, we were just talking about that.
Yeah.
I hope you continue to find your place in your career loudly and unapologetically.
Ooh, I put continual growth at work, whatever that means.
Ooh.
I didn't want to be specific. Like I used to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to be a senior accountant by this year. And then I'm going to be the controller and then the CFO. And I'm like, you know what? Continual growth, whatever that means to you at whatever time, take it.
Exactly. And that's how success should be seen. I hope you find more confidence in parenthood.
Oh, choose a genuinely kind, loving, and caring life partner. Yeah.
Okay. My next one was, I hope you can get past things that have been holding you back from your full potential.
Which are?
I won't say on the podcast.
Okay.
They are not ready to come out yet.
Alrighty. Feel safe enough to have a child. Safe enough, meaning secure enough in a relationship, secure enough economically, secure enough with what's happening in today's world.
Your confidence in your ability to parent.
To become a good mom.
That's good. That's a good way to put it. It's a good way to word it. I hope you continue to find richness in your life and your relationships.
Oh.
Like I was just saying. You know?
I know.
I'm a real boy.
Become confident in the kitchen with cooking, especially mom's recipes.
Ooh, yes. I'm going to need you to learn your mama's recipes because then you can teach me.
Dude.
Or she could just come over and teach me and then I'll teach you.
Well, okay.
Well, I already know how to make her beans because I've made them before. And they came out good. I just need to soak them the night before because...
She's told me all her recipes. She's like, yeah, you just do this and this and this and that's it. And I'm like, huh?
I've also made the red rice before, but I would like to know her exact recipe for the red rice. And then I need her BDI recipe.
Also, though...
That's all I want. Is that too much to ask?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Before she gives you the recipe, though, she's like, why?
Yeah.
For who?
Right.
For what?
For
I'm
me
like,
to
is
make it
there
at
a secret
home.
ingredient or
Right.
something? Like, ma'am.
She wants to be needed. So
I bet that's it.
we'll let her be needed for a little longer, but then we're going to have to pry it out of her old hands when she's old.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Is it my turn?
I think so.
No, you said cooking. Oh,
okay,
yeah.
So your turn.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm panicking.
The floor is yours.
I hope you continue to believe that your life has many amazing things in store.
Oh, cute. Have financial freedom. It's been rough lately, but I'll get there.
I think the stuff that you're spending money though on is things to enrich your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like a lot of it has been put on the credit card, so now I'm like in credit card debt, and I'm like, I just want to get out. Like I just want to not use my credit card.
Yeah, be able to have to not rely on it.
Yeah,
you'll get there.
It's okay.
I hope you do more fun things and buy more clothes.
Ooh.
I need some more clothes, y'all. I have not bought clothes in so long. Being a mom does that to you. Go ahead.
Become a master of something, for example, an instrument or a craft.
Ooh. I hope you continue to pour into the podcast and make everyone who listens feel validated. I think that's just kind of our main goal.
Yeah, I'm going to switcheroo my 9 and 10. Okay. Not that these were in any good order, but I want to leave that because it's kind of dark. But love my mind, body, and soul. Become someone I'm proud of. And I think that's kind of a given. But, just become so at peace with myself and, like, confident in who I am.
Mm-hmm. Self-actuation.
Yeah. Yes.
Hierarchy of needs.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I hope you can start understanding yourself as much as you work to understand other people.
Oh, Kelsey.
I know.
Get on it, girl.
I know. I'm working on it.
This last one, I just put the word funeral.
Oh, Jesus.
What I mean by this is I often think about, like, if I were to pass away right now, what am I leaving behind? Whose lives have I affected? And have I affected them in a positive light or in a negative light? Who's going to show up to my funeral? And who's going to give my eulogy? What kind of stories are staying with people? You know what I mean? Like, I think about that because there are some people who pass away, who die, and even like their loved ones or families are like, I barely knew the guy. Or like, she was kind of a bitch.
Yeah. Or
she was very, like, stingy. Or she was this. Or she was that. And I'm like, oh, my God. Like, what do people have to say about me when I pass away? And I'm not saying, like, when I pass away, I want this huge funeral where, like, hundreds of people show up. I'm not saying that. But, like, I want to be well remembered.
It's the quality of people remembering you, not the quantity.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, what am I leaving behind?
Good point. Wait, isn't there a song like that? There's a song, I think it's Leave Out All the Rest by Linkin Park.
Leave out all the rest.
Yep. I dreamed I was missing. You were so scared, but no one would listen because no one else cared. After my dreaming, I woke with this fear. What am I leaving when I'm done here?
Yes.
So if you're asking me, I want you to know when my time comes, forget the wrong that I've done. Help me leave behind some reasons to be missed.
Yes.
And don't resent me. And when you're feeling empty, keep me in your memory. Leave out all the rest.
Yep. That's exactly it.
I gotta listen to that song. I love that song so much.
And like listening to true crime, like when they talk about the victim and they, obviously everyone's different, but like some people, they talk about like, oh yeah, she was the light that walked into the room. Like she would light up any room.
Yeah.
I said that really weirdly.
She was the light. She was the light that walked into the room. She's a ghost.
Kelsey, shut the fuck up. Oh my God.
Bolin just got up and randomly barked, so.
And I had a dream there's an intruder in my house.
You did?
Yeah.
When?
Last night.
Oh my God, you didn't
They
tell
were in
me.
the other room.
Oh, and then I said something earlier about an intruder.
Stop. Did you really?
On the podcast. I said it's like if a man breaks into your house and you kill them.
Oh my God.
Calm down. It's okay.
Oh my God.
He'd still be barking if there was something wrong. He's drinking water. He's fine.
Okay, what's your last one? Come on, let's get this over with. God
Wait,
damn
did you already
it.
say your last one? Oh, yeah, it was funeral. Okay. My last one is continue to build your own village.
Period.
Period. I wonder how long we've been recording.
About an hour.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say, there's like a phrase where it's like, family is not always blood. Like you can choose your family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've always felt that. I've always felt that because not many people have friends who they've been friends with for as long as I have, and that we have.
Mm-hmm.
Not many people have that blessing. Like, you either have friends from high school that you stopped listening to, or you have friends that you just met, a few years ago at work or something.
Through work. Yeah, I was gonna say through work.
And even then, those relationships might still be very surface level. But
actually, yeah, I just saw a post. Sorry to piggyback a little bit on you, but
no problem.
I've been seeing a lot of posts from girls, or posts from a lot of girls, saying how no one talks about the lack of a friend girl. Wow. No one talks about the lack of a friend group of girls, of girlfriends. Jesus Christ. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
No one talks about how, depressing and sad and lonely it is to not have many girl friends. Like as a girl, as a female, not having female friends.
Yeah.
And I just think to myself, like, oh my God. My initial thought is like, seriously, you don't have like one good girlfriend or two or three maybe?
Yeah.
But then I think like, you know what? That does seem really sad because I can't even imagine like being so excited about something or even as small as like a crush or like, I don't know, an accomplishment or something and not being able to run up and tell you or my sister or, you know what I mean? Like my mom. Yeah, that sucks.
That's true.
Yeah, not many people have, like a 10, 15 year plus friendship. Oh, my eye itches so bad.
You have makeup on.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It itches.
Oh it is sad, but like those people who are having trouble finding their people, their lasting friendships, the best thing you can do is show up everywhere you go and be your authentic self. Be vulnerable, be who you are, because then you will find people you can have lasting friendships with. It is surface level friendships that don't last.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I tell Travis that all the time. Because
absolutely.
It's very prevalent in men, surface level friendships that don't last. So if you're not willing to kiss your best friend when you're drunk, no. Not me and you, men.
Oh, I'm like, huh? Men?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
A specific man.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Kissing his best friend when he's drunk?
Where are we going with this?
Then they're not good friends.
Okay.
They're not true friends.
Oh.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No. Why? Why are you
a man that we know.
Yes.
That kissed his best friend when he was drunk.
Are you talking about? And when he's not.
Took you long enough. And when he's not. Took you long enough.
Yeah, then, you're not best friends then. That one video you sent me of a podcast where they hit the bleep, but then it wasn't on the cuss word.
No. It was like bleep, motherfucker. Yeah. I noticed that too.
I wonder if it was on purpose.
I perfectly. I don't know what I was going to say. I actually expected the people in the comments to be like, wow, great bleeping. Like,
there was one comment, but very many people didn't say anything. And I'm like, are we all
no
just
one noticing this? Yeah, we're just going to let this go. This is unbelievable.
Unacceptable.
This is unbelievable.
Unacceptable.
Have you seen Mrs. Doubtfire?
Yes, of course.
Okay, good. So
Robin Williams.
So we have this thing at work where when one of us comes into the
I'm coming, dear.
One of us comes into the fill room to say hello. We go, hello, like Mrs. Doubtfire does. And then we were doing that today, and we had to tell somebody that it was the reference because it apparently sounds similar to something else. And then I was like, oh, I saw this video of like your bloodstream and it's Mrs. Doubtfire running through your bloodstream, and the caption says, "My anxiety pill when it hits my bloodstream," and it's Mrs. Doubtfire going, "Help is coming, dear.
Help is on the way.
Oh yeah, help is on the way, dear." Oh my god, so funny. So funny.
That movie's so great.
I know. I want to go home and watch it now.
Such a great movie.
I miss Robin Williams.
I remember the reason why I watched it is because we would get like random VHSs from the library or I don't know, probably Hawthorne to borrow or something.
Yeah, we did a lot of trips to the library for DVDs.
And it was one of those one of those VHSs that we watched. And it was Mrs. Doubtfire, and Alex and Jerry really really liked it for whatever reason, but we just watched it a lot.
Yeah,
Mrs. Doubtfire.
I feel like it plays.
R.I.P. Big rip.
Yeah, I feel like it plays on like regular TV every so often now. Like it's a classic, you know.
Right.
All right, we're trying to wrap it up.
Happy episode 60.
Yes.
To 60 more.
Yep, to 60 more episodes. And we'll see y'all next week.
Okay, bye. Don't forget to buy merch. Hey guys, did you know?
We have merch. Like really nice and cheap merch.
Really nice and cheap.
Like t-shirts are like $15.
$15.
And we have magnets for $5 and stickers for $5.
Yep.
That's the cheapest thing on the store. We also have phone cases, hoodies, hats. Do it for the matriarchy merch, which those t-shirts are around $15. So go check that out. You can find it in our link tree on our Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Or if you can't find it, just message us and we'll help you.
Get one for yourself, your mom, your dad, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your kids, your grandma, your grandpa, aunt,
your
uncle,
brother, your
cousins.
sister. Everybody.
Everybody.
All right, go check it out.
Okay, bye.